Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. It is Tuesday, and I'm coming to you a bit earlier than usually. We usually connect an hour from now. Well, actually, like half an hour. The thing is, today we are holding the second session of our Supercharge Your Inner Relationship Challenge. And so I'm coming to you a bit earlier because I didn't want to miss. Um, our appointment. Okay. And today I wanted to talk about something that came to me thinking, um, what is it that I need to, that needs to be heard out there? And what came was this question of, are you being heard? Are you? And what I mean by that is, do you feel like what you need is being met? That what you want is being taken into account, that you count, that your voice is actually out there and it is part of the conversation. And I'm talking about conversation that takes place at work, in your house, with your family, your friends, community at large, even society, right? The thing is that a lot of us, we tend to get into these patterns of sacrificing for another person. Sometimes we have a very well-defined purpose behind it, like, okay, it's for the good of all or something like that. But sometimes it's not even that much clear. Sometimes it's just because we fear confrontation, or we are avoiding conflict, or we are just fearful in general of things not going the way we want. So, therefore, well, I'm going to sacrifice whatever it is that I think I need for whatever is being put out there by someone else, right? And in that category, in sacrificing, then we might call it someplace something else. Like it could be compromising, let's say, with a partner, and we just want to come into an agreement. And so you compromise whatever some of the opinions that you have, or the demands that you can bring into the whole negotiation thing. But has that become accommodating somebody? Are you right off the bat and from the very beginning not voicing what you need or what you want, and therefore being accommodating of somebody else's is just a given? And I'll give you an example. This happens every time we go to work, assuming that we are going to sacrifice something because the boss is the boss, even if they are reading the newspaper upside down. So is that the case? Is that the case if you have kids? And I have witnessed many parents that they don't even question how good what their kids want could affect them. And so it is a given that whatever the kid needs is going to be done, or what they think is the need of the kid. The thing is that when we are overly sacrificing, overly compromising, overly accommodating all the time, at work, at home, with family, with friends, we develop this internal feeling of resentment. There is this part of us that is screaming at us, even if you don't want to listen to it, um, that there is something missing. The resentment comes from a place where you might feel that you're not being rewarded for the sacrifices or the compromising that might not be even being acknowledged by those that you are interacting with. Maybe you don't feel that you are totally loved or appreciated, that you are, and this is a big one, that you are being taken for granted. Is that the case? I know it was for me for many, many years. I could be happy to do it, but it came to a point where they were taking it for granted, right? Like they were expecting for me to bow down to whatever needed to be done. So, is this your case? Are you there? If you are, please leave a note, send me a message, say something. Acknowledging where we're at is a very much a very important first step into solving or resolving a situation, right? So then the thing is that, and this is the question, because now if you are in that place where you are not being heard, then are you sure you have a voice? Where is your voice? Do you have one? Do you actually know enough to express what is it that you want or that you need? Do you know why you want it? Do you speak to yourself in that language? Do you look inside and speak to yourself in terms of I have, I'm here, I need, I want, I desire, I'm aiming and intending? Do you do that? Do you hear yourself? Because I have to say, if you don't, no wonder other people do not either. What we get from other people's reactions to us is actually a reflection of what we are doing with ourselves, to ourselves. And what this means is that maybe you have been standing in that position, in that pattern of sacrificing, compromising, accommodating for so long that you have lost the notion that you need to speak to yourself, that the most important relationship that you have is the one that you have with yourself, that the one acknowledgement that you need to cultivate, to nurture, to practice is the one of yourself. And if you haven't, just this could be a great opportunity to step into the challenge that we are conducting right now. You are going to learn buckets about yourself and what is behind all of these patterns. And so, how do you find your voice for you to express yourself to yourself? Because that's the beginning of everything. You have to be courageous enough to speak to yourself with acknowledgement, with respect, with love. That is the voice. If you are not being heard, the first step is learning to hear yourself. So, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to explore what that is, what that means, how that feels, and how much transformation that could bring into your life? If you are, please leave a note. Let me know. Let's have a conversation. It's no cost to you, by the way. And we can explore what is it that you could need to get out of the status quo, and definitely find a voice that it is heard by yourself and everybody around you. So what do you say? Will you send me that message? Love you to pieces. Okay. Hopefully see you in exactly 10 minutes in the second day of our challenge. Supercharge your inner relationship. Okay. See you then. Love you. Bye.